Chapter 2, Verse 6 now. Chaitadvidma Kataranno garyo yadva jayama yadi vano jayayu yaneva hatvana jijivishamas te vasthita pramukhe dhartarashtra. We do not even know which result of this war is preferable for us, conquering them or being conquered by them. Even after killing them, we will not desire to live. Yet they have taken the side of the sons of Dhritarashtra and now stand before us on the battlefield. When evaluating the most suitable course of action, one considers various alternatives and their consequences. Arjuna was debating whether it would be desirable to defeat the Kauravas or to be defeated by them. Both alternatives seemed like defeat. For if he did win the war by slaying the Kauravas, he would have no further desire to live. However, the fact was that Bhishma, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, etc. had acted ignobly by taking the side of the unrighteous Kauravas. The word arthakam has been used for them, implying attached to wealth and position. They had taken the side of the wicked Duryodhan. So, killing them in the war was a natural consequence. In fact, after the war, Bhishma himself admitted that a teacher who acts ignobly is fit to be abandoned. Here, special mention needs to be made of Bhishma. According to the Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 9 to 19, he was a great devotee of Sri Krishna. He was a master of his senses and an icon of chivalry and generosity. He was a knower of the absolute truth and had vowed to always speak the truth in his life. Even death could only come to him when he chose to accept it. For various reasons, he is enumerated amongst the 12 great personalities or Mahajans mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Swayambhur Narada, Shambhuh Kumara, Kapilo Mannuhu Prahlado Janako, Bhashmo Balir Vayasakir Vayam. 6-20 P1. These are the 12 great knowers of religious principles. The firstborn Brahma, sage Narad, Lord Shiv, the 4 Kumars, Bhagavan Kapil, son of Devahuti, Swayambhuva Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, Grandfather Bhishma, Bali Maharaj, Shukadev Muni, and Ved Vyas. Hence, Bhishma was an enlightened soul whose actions could never be against the principles of Dharma. However, his profound character was beyond mundane reasoning. Even though he fought on the side of the Kauravas, he said to Yudhishthir, the eldest of the Pandava brothers, before the war, "I am obliged to combat on the side of unrighteousness, but I give you the boon that you will be victorious." Bhishma knew that the righteous Pandavas, who had the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna on their side, could never lose. By taking the side of adharma, unrighteousness, he showed that even the biggest forces on heaven and earth could not make unholiness win in this holy war. He thus offered the biggest sacrifice of laying down his life to assist the divine pastimes of Lord Krishna. Shri Krishna was well aware of Bhishma's deep devotion toward him, despite his fighting from the side of the Kauravas. That is why he upheld Bhishma's vow by breaking his own. Bhishma resolved on a particular day during the war that before sunset on the next day, he would either kill Arjuna, the foremost Pandava warrior, or else to save him, Shri Krishna would have to break his own vow of not lifting weapons in the battle of Mahabharat. Poets describe the vow that Bhishma made. Aju jo hari hinna shastra gahaun, taula hun ganga janani ko shantanu sutana kahaun. Saint Surdas, V2. If I do not make the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna lift weapons, then I will shame my mother Ganga, and I am not the son of King Shantanu. Bhishma fought so valiantly that Arjun's chariot was shattered, and he was stranded on the ground. At that stage, Shri Krishna lifted the chariot wheel and came forward to prevent Bhishma from killing Arjun. Bhishma saw the Lord with the chariot wheel in his hand as a weapon and broke into a big smile. He understood that Bhaktavatsala Bhagavan, God who gives pleasure to his devotees, had broken his own vow to honor the vow of his devotee. In fact, Bhishma's devotion to Lord Krishna had a very rasik, full of sweetness flavor to it. He used to meditate on Shri Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. There, in the evening when the Lord would return to the village after grazing the cows in the forest, the dust raised from the hooves of the cows would deck his charming face, increasing its beauty and sweetness. During the battle of Mahabharat, the dust raised from the hooves of the horses too added to Shri Krishna's beauty, and he loved having darshan, divine vision, of his Lord there. In the last stage of his life, as he lay for 6 months on the bed of arrows, he meditated on that very vision of God, offering the following prayer to him. Yuddhi turaga rajo vidhumra vishvak kacha lulita shramavare alankritasye mama nishita sharair vibhidyamanatvachi vilasat kavache stu Krishna atma. Bhagavatam 1.9.34. On the battlefield, Lord Krishna's flowing hair was covered with white dust raised by the hooves of the horses, and his face was covered with sweat beads because of his physical effort in driving the chariot. These were like ornaments enhancing the beauty of my Lord, and the wounds dealt by my sharp arrows further intensify the decorations. Let my mind meditate unto that Shri Krishna. Lord Krishna reciprocated his loving devotion by himself, coming to meet Bhishma on his deathbed of arrows, and with the darshan of God in front of him, Bhishma, the great Mahajan, left his body of his own volition. Chapter 2, verse 7 Karpanya, Doshopahata Svabhava. Prichchami tvam dharma samudha cheta, yakshreya, shannishchitam, bruhi tanme shishyaste. Hamshadhi mam tvam prapannam. I am confused about my duty and am besieged with anxiety and faint-heartedness. I am your disciple and am surrendered to you. Please instruct me for certain what is best for me. This is a great moment in the Bhagavad Gita when for the first time Arjuna, who is Shri Krishna's friend and cousin, requests him to be his guru. Arjuna pleads to Shri Krishna that he has been overpowered by Karpanya dosh, or the flaw of cowardice in behavior, and so he requests the Lord to become his guru and instruct him about the path of auspiciousness. All the Vedic scriptures declare in unison that it is through the medium of a spiritual master that we receive divine knowledge for our eternal welfare. Tadvijjanartham sagurumevabhigacchit samitpane shrotriyam brahmanishtham Mundakopanishad Humantontu 12. 4. To know the absolute truth, approach a guru who is both a knower of the scriptures and is practically situated on the platform of God realization. Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta Jijnyaso Shreya Uttamam Shabde Parecha Nishnatam Brahmani Upashama Shrayam Bhagavatam 11.3.21. For seekers of the truth should surrender themselves to a spiritual master who has understood the conclusion of the scriptures and taken complete shelter of God, leaving aside all material considerations. The Ramayana states, Guru binu bhava nidhi tarai na koi, chaun biranchi sankara sama hoi. V6. Not even the most elevated of spiritual aspirants can cross over the material ocean without the grace of the Guru. Shri Krishna states this himself in the Bhagavad Gita in verse 434. Learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him with reverence and render service unto him. Such an enlightened saint can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. To demonstrate the need for accepting a guru to gain knowledge, Shri Krishna himself took this step. In his youth, he went to the hermitage of Sandipani Muni to learn 64 sciences from him. His classmate Sudama remarked regarding this, Yasya chando mayam brahma deha avapanam vibho shreyasam tasya gurushu vaso tyanta vidambanam. Bhagavatam 10.80.8. O Shri Krishna, the Vedas are like your body, manifested from the knowledge that you possess. Hence, what requirement do you have for making a guru? Yet, you too pretend you need to learn from a guru. This is only your divine Leela, pastime. Shri Krishna is in fact the first guru of the world because he is the guru of Brahma, the firstborn in this material world. He performed this Leela for our benefit to teach by his example that we souls who are under the influence of Maya will need a guru to dispel our ignorance. In this verse, Arjun takes the step of surrendering to Sri Krishna as his disciple and requests his guru to enlighten him regarding the proper course of action.